In 1660, the Maratha king Shivaji was trapped in the fort of Panhala. Under siege and vastly outnumbered by an Adil Shahi army led by an Abyssinian named Siddhi Masood. The Adil Shahis were the dynasty which ruled Bijapur for many centuries. The ruler at the time was Ali Adil Shah II. Shivaji had inflicted embarrassing defeats upon the Adil Shahis, and they were determined to crush him. The Adil Shahis were often at odds with Mughals, but in this case, they were aligned with the Mughals with the joint purpose of crushing the overly audacious and clever Shivaji. Shivaji planned to escape to the fort of Vishalgarh, which was administered by a Maratha chieftain named Range Narayan Orpe. He was under allegiance to the Adil Shahis, but had come to a clandestine arrangement to switch sides and join Shivaji at an opportune moment. There was also a Mughal garrison stationed at Vishalgarh, which Shivaji would have to engage in order to achieve his aims. Shivaji waited for months, planning and depleting the Adil Shah's food source. He waited until he reckoned that they needed to gather more food, and then started his plan. Shivaji, Baji Prabhu, and around 600 of their best troops, hardened mountaineers of the Mawal region, would dash through the Adil Shahi force at night. A man named Shiva Kashid, who resembled Shivaji in appearance, had volunteered to dress like the king and get captured. It was envisaged that this would buy some additional time due to the confusion over identity before Siddhi Masood realized the error and gave chase. Shivaji made his escape on the dark night of 13th July with his contingent of troops. Baji Prabhu was second in command of this contingent. The Adil Shahis gave hot and rapid pursuit with an army of 10,000. It was clear that there was no way to shake off the enemy, and that the Marathas would not simultaneously prevail over both the Mughal garrison at Vishalgarh and the chasing Adil Shahi army. The only option was for a section of the Marathas to stay back and fight the larger Adil Shahi forces in a rear-guard action, while the rest of the Marathas would carry on to their destination. Shivaji decided that this was the inevitable choice and split his forces. Baji Prabhu Deshpande agreed to face the troops of Bijapur with 300 soldiers of the contingent. Shivaji told Baji Prabhu that he would hear the cannon fire from Vishalgarh, the destination fort, signaling Shivaji's safety. The strategic position of Ghodkhind, Horse Pass, was chosen for the defense. It was very narrow, and only a few soldiers could pass at any one time. Baji Prabhu Deshpande occupied Ghodkhind, blocking the path of the pursuers, and made a determined defense against them. The Adil Shahi army repeatedly tried to break through the defenses of the pass, but were repeatedly repulsed. The unequal battle raged for hours, with the defenders maintaining their positions, but with rapidly depleting numbers. Only a handful of Marathas survived. Baji Prabhu was severely wounded, but carried on fighting at his station, and around 1,000 soldiers of the Adil Shahi army became casualties in attempting to take the pass. 5 hours after the battle started, the cannon fire announcing Shivaji's safe return to Vishalgarh was heard. Hundreds of Marathas had been killed. Legend has it that a gravely injured Baji Prabhu continued engaging the enemy and held the pass, only laying down his life once he heard the sound of cannon fire. Baji Prabhu had successfully fought the rear guard action and slowed the Adil Shahi's forces before they arrived at the fort, having carried on pursuing Shivaji to Vishalgarh. The Marathas repulsed the Adil Shahis, inflicting heavy losses upon the latter when they arrived at the fort.